Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name is Ellen and today we have 100 questions on breaking news. Let's take a look at our Quiz Class awards. As always, let us know how you rank in the comments at the end. And here we have today's lineup: general news, true or false, the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, what in the world, the Middle East, and celebrity news. Let's begin with general news. Which city in North Korea will resume international tourism in December 2024? Pyongyang, Samjiyon, or Seoul? Samjiyon. What charges was Donald Trump convicted of involving hush money paid to an adult performer? Falsifying business records, tax evasion, or money laundering? Falsifying business records. How did the Greek wildfire in 2024 spread rapidly across different areas, according to the experts? Through a phenomenon called spotting. What was the total land area damaged by the wildfire near Athens, Greece? 5,000, 10,000, or 15,000 hectares? (10,000 hectares). Who was removed from office by a court in Thailand over an ethics violation? Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin. Who or what did Elon Musk blame for the glitchy start of the X program? Kamala Harris, a lack of government support, or a distributed denial of service attack? A distributed denial of service attack. According to Elon Musk, in his interview with Donald Trump, what is America at a fork in the road to? Alliances, battling energy consumption levels, or prosperity? Prosperity. Who announced he will step down in September 2024 and will not run for a second term as leader of the long-ruling Liberal Democratic Party? Fumio Kishida. Who completed the women's marathon at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games despite having a broken leg? Cindy winner Jankyu Nagamba, Jordan Childs, or Rose Harvey? Rose Harvey. Which gymnast was stripped of her first individual Olympic medal in the 24 Olympic women's artistic floor exercise final? Jordan Childs. Where was refugee Olympian Cindy winner Jankyu Ngamba born? Cameroon, the Middle East, or the UK? Cameroon. What substance were the pineapple candies found to have potentially lethal levels of at a New Zealand charity event in August of 2024? Cyanide, methamphetamine, or xylitol? Methamphetamine. What did the United States Sergeant Corbin Schultz plead guilty to? Kidnapping of a child, paying for special favors while on duty, or selling U.S. military secrets to China? Selling U.S. military secrets to China. What is North Korea building in Samjiyon near the Chinese border? A capitalist city, a socialist utopia, or an industrial zone? A socialist utopia. What is the crime of falsifying business records punishable by in the U.S.? A fine, community service, or up to 4 years in prison? Up to 4 years in prison. And let's move over to our true or false. North Korea resumed flights in 2023. This is true. Michael Cohen is scheduled to sentence Donald Trump on the 18th of September. This is false. Justice Juan Merchan. Stormy Daniels was paid for her silence about a sexual encounter with Donald Trump. This is true. The wildfire in Greece caused damage to power infrastructure, leaving some areas without electricity. This is true. Question 20. Prime Minister Threta Thavisin was removed from office in relation to a harassment case. False. It was due to bribery. Elon Musk called the interview with Donald Trump a conversation. This is true. Let's move on to question 22. Fumio Kishida emphasized that transparent and open elections and a free and vigorous debate are more important than ever in the press conference. True. The main purpose of the Refugee Olympics team is to give LGBT athletes an opportunity to participate on the highest sporting stage. False. Forcibly displaced athletes. Mpox has been declared a global public health emergency by the WHO in January 2019. False. That was August 2024. This person is expected to be the acting prime minister after the removal of Srettha Thavisin. This is true. Cancer deaths among men are predicted to increase by 93% by 2050, as per a study published in 2024. This is true. As of the 14th of August 2024, the Mpox vaccine is delayed as the virus spreads in Africa. This is true. Ukraine launched a counter-invasion into Russia this year. True. In Australia, on the 12th of August, a pilot stole a helicopter after a party for a promotion he received and flew to China. This is false. He crashed into the roof of a Hilton hotel. 5 people were recently charged in connection with the death of Matthew Perry from the hit TV series Friends. True. And let's move over to the Russian-Ukrainian conflict for question 31. What event led to the beginning of the Russo-Ukrainian conflict in February 2014? Euromaidan protests, Orange Revolution, or Revolution of Dignity? Revolution of Dignity. What did Russia do following the Euromaidan protests in Ukraine? Occupied Crimea and supported pro-Russian separatists Donbass. When did Russia launch a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, starting the biggest conflict in Europe since World War II? February 2014, December 2018, or February 2022? February 2022. What did Russia recognize the Donetsk People's Republic and Luhansk People's Republic as in early 2022? Independent states. What did Russia do in late September, which was internationally condemned during the Russo-Ukrainian War? Declared the annexation of 4 partially occupied regions. What did the Minsk II agreements signed in February 2015 aim to do in the Russo-Ukrainian War? To end the conflict. Who declared that he remained the acting president of Ukraine during the commencement of the Russian military campaign in Crimea? Vladimir Zelensky, Vladimir Putin, or Viktor Yanukovych? Viktor Yanukovych. When did Russia annex Crimea? The 18th of March 2014, the 14th of February 2018, or the 22nd of March 2022? The 18th of March 2014. What operation did the interim Ukrainian government launch in response to the actions of pro-Russian militants in April 2014? Anti-terrorist operation. What is the approach called that Russia began to employ in May, combining disinformation tactics, irregular fighters, and conventional military support? Hybrid approach. What marked a turning point in the conflict between the separatists and the Ukrainian government in the summer of 2014? The First Battle of Donetsk Airport. What did Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko refer to the operation as on the 24th of August 2014. Ukraine's Patriotic War of 2014. What event initially triggered the conflict between Russia and the Ukraine in 2014? The Kerch Strait Incident. Where did evidence emerge of a massacre of civilians perpetuated by Russian troops during the war in Ukraine? Bucha. What term is used to describe the natural gas pipeline between Russia and Germany that has caused tension between Ukraine and Russia? Arctic Stream, Nord Stream, or Baltic Stream? Nord Stream. And let's move on to what is happening in our world. Who was the perpetrator of the attempted assassination of Donald Trump on July 13, 2024? Thomas Matthew Crooks, Lee Harvey Oswald, or John Wilkes Booth? Thomas Matthew Crooks. What type of weapon was used in the attempted assassination of Donald Trump? An AR-15 style rifle. What event sparked the incident between Will Smith and Chris Rock at the 94th Academy Awards? Chris Rock's joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. How did Will Smith react to Chris Rock's joke about Jada Pinkett Smith? He got up from his seat and slapped Chris Rock. What is the impact of the global economy rebounding on stock markets? Markets crash, markets stabilize, or markets soar? Markets soar. What is the potential benefit of the fusion energy breakthrough in terms of energy sustainability? Increased reliability of fossil fuels, more profit in producing energy, or reduced reliance on fossil fuels? Reduced reliance on fossil fuels. What are the ambitious targets included in the Climate Change Pact? Improving fossil fuel quality, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, or turning ocean water into drinkable water? Reducing greenhouse gas emissions. What is a key feature of the new treatments offered by AI in healthcare? Generic medication prescriptions, one-size-fits-all approach, or personalized treatment plans? Personalized treatment plans. What milestone in space exploration was achieved in January of 2019? First landing on Mars, first landing on the moon's far side, or the recovery of the Mars rover? The first landing on the moon's far side. What potential future possibility is suggested by recent milestones in space exploration? Future colonization of Mars, future vacations on Venus, or future human exploration of Jupiter? The future colonization of Mars. How do cities adapt to the mainstream use of autonomous vehicles? By adjusting their infrastructure, by reducing road safety risks, or by decreasing traffic congestion? By adjusting their infrastructure. What are the main concerns surrounding rapid advances in gene editing technologies? High cost, lack of effectiveness, or potential misuse? Potential misuse. What type of entities intensify cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure such as power grids and financial systems? State-sponsored hackers and criminal organizations. Why do major global powers intervene in regions with political unrest? Competing interests and ideologies clash. What contributes to the progress in recovering from the pandemic? Global collaboration, free medical treatment, or lockdowns still in place? Global collaboration. And let's move on to the Middle East. For question 61, when did the Israeli-Palestine conflict begin? Since ancient times, 1862 or 1948? (1948). What is the current status of the Israeli-Palestine conflict? Ongoing, paused, or stalemate? Ongoing. What is the impact of the blockade on the private sector in Gaza? Employment in the sector dropped by 4%. Employment in the sector increased by 50%, or no impact on employment in the sector. Employment in the sector dropped to 4%. What is the name of the far-right Israeli minister who led Jewish Israelis into Jerusalem's most contested holy site, defying the Israeli government's ban on Jewish prayer there? Itamar Ben-Gvir. What was the cause of the deaths of 57 people in Yemen, according to a UN report from the 13th of August 2024? A devastating flood, a record-breaking earthquake, or a terrorist attack? A devastating flood. What is the reason for the Israeli army's fresh evacuation order in southern and central Gaza? Areas used by Hamas as a base for firing mortars and rockets. What percentage of the population in Gaza was living on less than $2 a day? 30%, 50%, or 80%? 80%. What was the primary driver of economic growth in Gaza before the blockade? Tourism, the private sector, or agriculture? The private sector. What were the products primarily approved for export from Gaza after the blockade? Weapons, flowers and strawberries, or electronics? Flowers and strawberries. When did the first export to the West Bank or Israel happen after the blockade started? 2005, 2010, or 2012? 2012. Why did Oman's Salalah port report a decline in container volumes in the first half of the year? to avoid missile and drone attacks in the Red Sea? What triggered the Red Sea crisis in October 2023? The attacks by Yemen's Houthi militants, natural disasters in the region, or political negotiations between countries? Attacks by Yemen's Houthi militants. Which holy site in Jerusalem is known to Jews as Temple Mount? The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, or the Western Wall? Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. What is the main demand of the Houthi movement in Yemen during the Red Sea crisis? An end to the invasion of the Gaza Strip. Where is al-Jamal village that was added to the UNESCO Heritage List recently? The Kingdom of Jordan, Saudi Arabia, or Syria? Kingdom of Jordan. And let's move over to celebrity news. For question 76, what major event drastically changed the entertainment industry in 2020? The COVID-19 pandemic, new laws for the entertainment industry, or the launch of TikTok? COVID-19 pandemic. Which tragic event shocked the world in 2020 involving basketball legend Kobe Bryant? His death, his diagnosis with a serious illness, or his divorce? His death. Who fought for freedom from their conservatorship in 2021? Britney Spears, Hilary Duff, or Prince Harry? Britney Spears. Which South Korean drama became a global phenomenon in 2021? Hierarchy, Squid Game, or Vigilante? Squid Game. Which highly publicized trial gripped the public in 2022? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, Natalie Portman and Benjamin Millepied, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Which singer's highly anticipated tour broke numerous records and became a cultural phenomenon in 2023 to 2024? Ariana Grande, Beyonce, or Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift. What sparked debates about creativity and copyright in the music industry during 2023 and 2024? AI-generated music, live concerts, or remixing? AI-generated music. Who was spotted shooting a scene on the beach for Freakier Friday? Melissa McCarthy, Lindsay Lohan, or Emma Watson? Lindsay Lohan. Who is Justin Bieber's wife? Hilary Duff, Hailey Bieber, or Selena Gomez? Hailey Bieber. Which former Saturday Night Live cast member shared about an inoperable tumor? Aidy Bryant, Kate McKinnon, or Victoria Jackson? Victoria Jackson. Which singer released a live version of the song Thank You, Amy, mashed up with Mean at her Eras tour in London? taking a possible hit at Kanye West, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, or Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift. Who pushed back on claims of cheating on his ex-partner after announcing a breakup with Molly Mae Hague? Tom Cruise, Tom Holland, or Tommy Fury? Tommy Fury. Who allegedly injected actor Matthew Perry with ketamine on the day he died, according to the prosecutors? His assistant, his doctor, or his mother? His assistant. Who recently spoke out to thank her supporters while addressing backlash after a controversial debut during the 2024 Olympics? Simone Biles, Nadia Comaneci, or Rachel Reagan Gunn? Rachel Reagan Gunn. Who did Taylor Swift become a godmother to in July 2024? Adele's kids, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' kids, or Kanye West's kids? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' kids. And let's move over to our mystery round for question 91. What did the UN Human Rights Monitoring Mission in the Ukraine document in Bucha? The capture of Russian troops, the murder of at least 73 civilians, or the withdrawal of Russian forces? The murder of at least 73 civilians. Which actress was spotted beside Lindsay Lohan on the beach? Sigourney Weaver, Jamie Lee Curtis, or Kristen Bell? Jamie Lee Curtis. Which country became a BRICS member on January 1st, 2024? Egypt, Russia, or South Africa? Egypt. Who claimed responsibility for the Crocus City Hall attack in Moscow, Russia? The Islamic State, NATO, or Ukraine? The Islamic State. What event triggered the declaration of a state of emergency in Ecuador on January 8, 2024? Airstrikes in Yemen, the escape of Los Choneros drug cartel leader, or riots in Papua New Guinea? The escape of Los Choneros drug cartel leader. Who took the 2024 Taiwanese presidential election on January 13, 2024? Lai Ching-te, Mahamat Debi, or Nemo? Lai Ching-te. What did Putin warn NATO about in his recent speeches justifying the invasion of Ukraine? NATO using the Ukraine to launch a surprise attack on Russia. Which country took the 2024 ICC Men's T20 World Cup in June 2024? India, Mexico, or the United States? India. Who was elected as the first female president of North Macedonia in May 8, 2024? Gordana Davkova. Who is the most likely candidate to take over for Joe Biden after he announced his withdrawal from future elections? Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, or Donald Trump? Kamala Harris. And for our bonus question, what are the names of the couple that left the royal family to live a normal life? Let us know the answer in the comments. Here are our quiz class Einstein rewards. Let us know the answer to the bonus question and how you ranked with our rewards. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.